rose. The waters parted gently as the mermaid appeared from every direction, their eyes fixed on him, silent but watchful. On the river bank, his mother gasped. For a moment, she couldn't move. Her heart leapt, her knees trembled, then tears streamed down her cheeks as she fell to the ground, crying and hitting the earth. "Tamuno, my son!" She stretched her hands towards him, her voice shaking with both joy and sorrow. Tamuno swam closer, his eyes glistening under the sunlight that kissed the water. For 7 long years, her mother had prayed for this moment. Now it was here and she could hardly believe it. Through her tears, she begged, my son, please speak to the goddess. Tell her to have mercy on us. The land has suffered enough. And come home, my child. Your father waited and waited until his spirit could not wait anymore." Tamuno's face fell. The words struck deep, piercing through him like a cold blade. He lowered his head, his voice breaking softly. "Mother, go home. You will hear from me soon." She wanted to say more, but something in his tone held her still. With slow steps, she rose and turned back towards the village, her eyes wet but filled with hope. From a distance, the villagers watched in disbelief. None could believe what they had just witnessed. The angry mermaid had not attacked her. The water had not raged. It was as if the river itself had listened.
That night, beneath the deep blue of the underwater world, Tamuno sat beside Emira and their children of the deep, little sea beings with glowing eyes and voices like humming shells. He held Emira's hand and spoke gently. "My love, your mother's anger has brought great suffering to the land. The people have learnt their lesson. Please, plead with her to lift the curse." Emira's face darkened, her long hair flowing in the current like dark smoke. She looked at him with eyes full of sorrow. "Tamuno," she whispered, "you wish to return to the land, don't you?" He nodded slowly. "My mother is alone. I must see her again. But I will never forget you or our children." Emira's tears floated away like tiny pearls. Her heart ached, but she understood. "Then go," she said softly, "but never abandon us." Emira, the understanding wife. And with that, she placed her hand on his chest. A soft, glowing mark appeared where her palm touched. It shimmered faintly like moonlight on water. "So that the sea will always know you," she whispered. The next morning, the villagers woke to an unusual silence. The wind had changed. The air was cooler, softer. Then, from the river bank, a ripple spread, and Tamuno emerged, walking slowly onto the land. It was his first step on soil in 7 years. The breeze seemed to bow as he passed. The trees rustled gently as though welcoming him home. People began to gather along the path, whispering and pointing. "Is that not Tamuno? Can a man live under the water and return alive?" No one dared go too close, but they followed him behind, step by step, until he reached his mother's hut. When she saw him at her doorway, she cried out and rushed into his arms. Both of them wept, holding each other tightly. "Mother, I will never leave you again," Tamuno promised. At that moment, dark clouds gathered suddenly over the sky. The air grew heavy and a low rumble rolled through the heavens. Then it happened. Rain. For the first time in 7 years, the heavens opened and rain poured over the land of 7 rivers. Children screamed and danced in joy. Women fell to their knees. Men lifted their hands to the sky, letting the water wash their faces. The curse had been lifted. They carried Tamuno through the village, dancing and singing even in the rain. Palm leaves waved, drums echoed, and the people shouted, "All hail the king! All hail the king of the 7 rivers! You!" Tamuno was crowned the next market day, King Tamuno, the custodian between land and water. Yet, he did not forget his love beneath the waves. On the night before every market day, King Tamuno would walk to the riverbank, remove his crown, and dive silently into the water. There, beneath the moonlit surface, Emira and the children of the deep awaited him. Before dawn, he would rise again, stepping out of the river as the first cock crowed, calm, gentle, and at peace. That was how he ruled, balancing two worlds, bound by love and destiny. And so the people said for generations after, "Blessed is the king who loved both the land and the sea." All hail King Tamuno, all hail the king of the 7 rivers. If you enjoy this story, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Dieu.